Well, welcome on back now, my friends. Listen, I know that you can hear us this time. I just want to go ahead and do a sound check. Check mic 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, we have found. We are live. We are back. And listen, I just want to welcome everybody on in because we are having our book launch for Building from the Unknown. And that is this amazing book right here. And I'm sitting right next to the author. We're not going to belabor the time. I want to thank everybody that came on before. But y'all probably didn't hear us, but that's all right. We back, and what matters is the right now moment. And so I am Tammy.nobles, your success strategist, here to help you birth that thing that God has placed inside of you so that you can move from where you are to where you desire to be. It is not about me today. Listen, we're here to celebrate author and wellness coach, none other than a good friend of mine, Miss Latoya Downs. Welcome on in, my queen. Listen, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, everybody. Oh, it's so exciting. I'm just excited to be here with you guys on live. I'm
Yes.
excited about sharing my book with you guys and just sharing a little bit about my story to everyone to let everybody know that, even in this life of uncertainties, that you can build and you can
Woo,
build again, right? And
that
you're
part.
building from the unknown. So, my name is Latoya Downs, the new author. A little country girl from Mississippi. Shout out Macomb and Magnolia. So, like they say, what they call it, the cornbread and rice and gravy girl. So that's your girl.
Okay.
So it's just about building. It's coming from our past hurts, your frustrations, your disappointments.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
it's a lot of that you're going to read about in my book as I share a little bit about my journey in my story.
So tell us, since you then wrote this book and you sharing your journey and your story, what inspired you to write this book and and caused you to begin to build from an unknown space?
When you're going through life, I just knew that there was something inside of me. I knew that there was something different. And I learned through my journey how to write. I
Okay.
began writing poems. Now, I know nothing about no poems, but I did know about writing my feelings. So I began to journal. I didn't even realize that I was journaling until I found out what that was, going through my journey. So no matter what it was good or bad, I just began to write. So what I used to do is like back when we was coming up, poems was a big thing. You could write a poem, you was in there.
Doing
So
something.
yes.
Hmm.
So I made the poem personally against for me. So that is how my story began to write. Did I know that it was gonna come into a book? You just never know what God has inside of you. But I just knew that there was something inside of me. And that what inspired me to write this book. So I just began to write and began to write.
Amen. Well, listen, we have Miss Cassandra Jackson. She says, love this, sis, love this. Thank you so much. And we have some other people who will be joining us throughout our time together to just share some thoughts of wisdom, share what they think about the book. But then also, if you cannot join us in the studio, my friends, put your comments in the chat. Drop it down below, and she'll either see it later, but or we'll just share it on live now. So, friends, share this out. If you know someone that's birthing their book, if you know someone that's stuck, that's down and out, then listen, get them this as a gift. And before we move forward, we have some friends that want to come on. And so we're going to yield the mic. And Miss Melanie is in the building. And we're going to bring up Miss Melanie and then we'll be right back.
Hello, hello. I just want to say good afternoon. I'm so excited for Latoya Down. I just want to say I have my book and I am enjoying it. I love page 53, the topics. Pray through it, focus on small wins, hold on to the scripture. I love that because when you're going through a storm, that's exactly what you need to do. And I'm enjoying my book. I hope you purchase the book on today and enjoy reading it. Thank you.
Well, listen, thank you so much, Miss Melanie, for joining us and sharing your portion that you like about the book. And thank you for being on live with us as well. We appreciate you. And listen, we're going to see you around town. And wait. Let us just give her shout out right now. Can we give her shout out right now?
Yes.
We want to go ahead and shout her out because my friends, you see these little nice little necklaces we got.
Yes.
So these, my friends, is part of Miss Melanie's um, shop, and she has Melanie's touches touch of touches of dazzle, right? Melanie's Touch of Dazzle. That is her store, my friends. You perhaps have seen me on an earlier space where I was talking about get your rodeo wear. Well, this is her. And you see us sporting this. This is a dual piece. So you can do this as a bracelet or as a choker. And they have the little butterflies, the butterflies that's Miss Latoya's thing. So you can go ahead and order and purchase and connect with Miss Melanie's touches touch of dazzles. Let me get it right. Mel touch of dazzles. This is why you put it all up on the screen. Listen, so purchase your Western jewelry, your hats, and more from Miss Mel's touch of dazzles, my friends. And yes, this is what it looks like when you're not wearing it. And then, my friends, you can either put it on your neck or on your bracelet. So just wanted to shout you out. Thank you so much, Miss Mel. Have a great and amazing day. Thank you for joining us and thank you for purchasing your book. And thank you for sharing one of your favorite pieces. Have a great and amazing day. And y'all make sure you connect with this amazing woman of God because she has some things coming up as well. And I'm just gonna drop maybe a future author. I don't know. But anyway, bye Miss Melanie. Listen, friends. Listen, somebody said yes. Miss Geisha said, I love the show, God. Yes, girl, you gotta get you some.
Yes.
I didn't think, and let me just say, I'm one of the girls with a thick neck, so I didn't think it was gonna work for me, and it does. But let's get back to this book. So Miss Latoya, I want to know, I have another question for you, and I know that we have somebody else that is joining us as well. But before we bring them up, I want to know one other thing. That's right, brace yourself, sister, because we're going to get all up in your business. So I want to know, so you included some personal letters in this book. Can you tell us why? And before we bring up the next guest, I want to share her video that she shared. But tell us why was this important, and how do you want your readers to feel when they read these letters that you wrote to them?
I made it personal because I want you to see yourself in this book. I made it personal so you can find your identity because so many of us are we're lost in our unidentified, if that's a word, but we lose our identity through life circumstances. So I wanted to make this personal, like I'm talking to you, sis, because I'm talking because it's coming from me. So there are things in our life that cause us to hide, right? And then we learn how to put on that mask. So one of my things was, sister, take your mask off. so that you can see the reflection of who you truly are when you remove the mask. Because when we look in the mirror and we have on so many masks, y'all, to where we don't even recognize ourselves, right? So, and I always teach my girls this, and I teach it to my kids. So when I say sister, that's personal. That's like, girl, you got this. Girl, you can get up. Girl, you can see yourself when you take the mask off. And when you see yourself, you see the reflection of who you want to be or who you know you have been called to be, and not because of the hurt that was caused on you. You are never your past. You are never your mistakes. So just come out and come forward. Come forward. And when you say it personal, because this is what I learned in life, nothing comes out until you give it a name. Sis, you have a name. Call it.
Wow.
So,
Wow. Okay. So listen, if you haven't gotten your book yet, I want you to tune in to this next video from one of our special guests today. And she is actually going to share one of her letters. So hold up, my friends. Just hold on. We'll be right back. But I want you to be tuned in to this short.
Hello, hello, hello. I am so excited for my sister Latoya Downs on the release of her new book, Building from the Unknown, Transforming Pain into Triumph and Purpose. She told me about this book right before the little winter storm that we had here, the little snow that we had here in Texas in the Houston area. And I ordered the book, and the book came just in time when I was in the house with the snow. So I was so eager to read this book, and I read it the first day. It kept me locked in. It was an easy read. And what I love most about this book are the letters to the sisters. I love that. But I also could relate to Latoya in many different ways when reading this book. And I know that you will be able to relate to her as well. I would like to read one of her letters in this book. And so it reads, a letter to the woman who feels broken. Dear sister, I love that part. Dear sister, it makes us feel connected. She has connected with her audience. I know the weight of feeling broken. I know the shame, the disappointment, and the hopelessness. But hear me. You are not beyond repair. The same God who created you is able to restore you. Your brokenness is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of something new. Give the pieces to him and watch him work. You are stronger than you think, and God is closer than you feel. Love, Latoya. And that is so true. Latoya, thank you for being obedient to God and writing your book, Building from the Unknown, Transforming Pain into Triumph and Purpose. That's what we have to do. And look at God. Look at God soaring and showing up through you. Look at that bright light. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you, Latoya, for sharing this book, and I pray that it blesses every reader and that you will continue to be a blessing to those around you. Love you, sis.
Listen.
oh my God. That was
She understood the assignment. Yes. Listen, we're just going to bring her on up to the stage. Miss Geisha.
awesome. Thank you, sis. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Thank you.
Unmute your mic, dear. You understood the assignment. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for reading that. That was so beautiful.
It was awesome. I love this book. Got my book. I love this book. And like I said in the video, Latoya told me about the book, and I was like, she was like, my book. And I was like, is she really talking about her book? And then when I zoomed in, I saw her name on the book, and I was like, okay, this is her book. So that was so exciting for me to see her writing a book, and then I was eager to get the book and to support my sister because that's what we have to do. We have to support one another. So that was a blessing to be able to do that. But the book came just in time for that winter storm, and I was locked in, and I read this book in one sitting. Just sat there and
Okay.
read the whole book. It's an easy read. For me, it was an easy read. I like how it's set up and everything. And like I said before, I love the letters to the sisters, dear sister. I love those letters. So this is a great book. And thank you for sharing your story.
Thank
Amen.
you, sis. Thank
And
you.
thank you. Thank you for coming on. And listen, this is one to watch, y'all. I ain't gonna spill her tea either. I'm just saying, you better get connected and stay connected because the women that's connected to this book, to this transformative ministry that this lady then put in writing, this transformative space. This, okay, this ain't just a book. It's a book, but this right here is the book to help you get free, right? This
Yeah.
is the space of transformation through her eyes and how she's truly taken her pain, shifted it, and now helping you break free. It's a whole ministry in and of itself. So listen, and being trusted, know that the people that's connected to her, what they say, birds of a feather flock together. So today we're celebrating our sister Latoya, but trust and believe all of the ones that she got coming on here, they got something coming down the pipeline. So stay connected. She want to watch too, y'all. So thank you, Miss Yates.
You're welcome. Congratulations, sis.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
sis.
good day. We'll see you
Thank
soon
you.
around these social media streets. Be blessed. All right,
Wow.
y'all. Listen, man.
Wow. Just
There's
to
sis.
hear that. Yes. Just to hear, her feedback, just to hear what she got out of it, just to hear the love, and you can hear the compassion and the passion,
That's real.
through her words. So when you can relate your story and your testimony, it comes out more powerful.
Listen.
So thank you, Gasia. I love you, and thank you for your support. Thank you for sitting at my table. Thank you for sitting at our table, not just my table, the table that God has created us to sit at. Because when He connect you with the women, or He connect you with people, make sure that they are the people that's connected to the kingdom.
Now you want to talk about tables.
Yes,
You want to talk about tables
yes,
because when you seated at the table, that means that everything else is underneath. So okay, now y'all know who I am and what I do. It just reminds me of Mashiba Fest, right? I may not pronounce his name right, but when you look at him and his story in the Bible, friends, he was in a low down place. He was broken, right? He was dropped. He didn't think that he had anything else but to be in a low state, but he got called to the king's table. So even if you're broken, you feel like you are lost, there's place for you at the table. And when you get to the table, woohoo, people don't see your brokenness.
no,
People don't see your brokenness. And I believe that's just where my sis wrote this book from. Understanding that you can be broken, but you can still birth. You can still produce. You can still help somebody else come up out of that space of being stuck.
That's right. Come on now. That's why God give it to you.
Girl, come on. Don't
That's
talk
why,
about
yeah,
being at the
that's
table.
why He give it to you, because we all have a place. When you come to the table, what's on your plate? How are you feeding one another?
Listen.
What are you feeding one another when you sit at the table?
Listen.
That's why I say it's important to know who's sitting at your table.
Yes.
Because we all have stories.
Yes.
We all have. So it's like, instead of us pushing your table, pushing your chair back, or pushing your plate back, how can I fill your plate? How can I remove what's on your plate already that you done brought to the table of hurt? How can, because when you take something out, you have to replace it, right?
Yes.
Because I'm going to empty you from the bad seeds or from the bad things that you went through. But what am I going to put back on you?
That's what your letters do for the ladies who read this book. Your letters is a refill moment, right? But we know that in the birthing process there's some pains that happen. So I'm just assuming. I don't know your journey for real. I know a part of it from reading this book. But tell us, what was the hardest part of your journey that you share in the book? And would you mind to share with us how God led you through that space?
Absolutely. And the hardest part is beginning. It's starting. So that was my hardest part of my journey, was starting. How do I start? How do I come out of it? God help me. I fall to my knees and I had to learn. God said, I can't help you until you give it to me. So it's like, okay, God, what does that mean when I give it to you? It's like, I can do it, because we think that we can do it ourselves. And you think that, oh, I got this, I'm starting. But when you realize that you're not starting on your own, and you can't start until you ask God to help you and lead you and guide you so you can start, baby, it's a whole different, I'm going to say you have to get another pen to write with, because the pen you're writing with, that's your own. God said, for the ways, his ways are not your ways, nor your thoughts, his thoughts are like our thoughts. So when you begin to process the things that, God, I can't do this. So how do I start? Mm-hmm. How do I start? How do I begin? How do you show me? How do I get out of my way? So that is some of the things was my hardest part, y'all, was to start. And that takes vulnerability to surrender. So I ain't gonna jump the gun on it, but when you surrender, vulnerability comes with it.
Amen. Listen, Miss Donna just said that's powerful. God can't help you with it until you give it to him. That is real right there. Real, recognized, real.
Yeah.
God, Miss Donna, that'll preach right there. God can't help you with it until you give it to him. And that's what you did. Like, you literally trusted him as you were birthing. So listen, for the many women who struggle with healing from their past and are holding on to that stuff and not really ready to give it to the Father or afraid to give it to the Father, tell us, how does this, I want to call it a toolkit. I want to call it a tool book, like a tool that's in your tool book, your toolkit. Yeah, a tool guide. Come on, help us out. A tool guide. So how does building from the unknown help them move forward with confidence and with faith? And how can this tool guide do that? So yeah, can you help us?
Yes. And y'all, we all struggle. We all struggle with healing. And that's the most important thing, is knowing that you need healing. So we struggle with it because we are covered up with so many different masks. So how do you know how to heal when you are so covered? So we have numb. There's a difference between healing and numbing the pain. So when you put that mask on, you're struggling already because you done put the mask on. Now you done lost who you really are. So now instead of you healing, you done numbed it because you done suppressed the pain. So we struggle for a long time. Nothing gets healed until it's revealed. So if we wanted to heal, I got to reveal that thing. And you have to allow God to use you. You have to allow yourself to get in the presence of God and say, Father God, I cry out to you. It's something different when you cry out to God. when you're struggling and when you cry out to him. And God said, I've been waiting on you to cry. But you've been trying to hold it in because you done put on this mask, and before you know it, you done put on 10 different masks. I don't know who I am, so therefore I'm only healing the mask of who I have put on. So that's who I'm feeding. I'm not even feeding the root or the depth of the pain or the source on why I done put the mask. So we struggle through life. We accept things in life that has no connection to who we truly are. So we struggle with hurt, abandonment, frustration, disappointment, self-esteem, because you done lost yourself. So then you done put on this world mask. Because now you becoming what the world wants you to be instead of what God has called you to
be. And this is why you need to go get your book. Because Author Latoya Downs, my friends, this is exactly why you need to go get your book, because this woman of God has a lot of jewels in this space. This woman of God has a lot of knowledge and wisdom. And so I really want you to connect with her and stay on the lookout for her next, because I mean, I don't want to put no spoiler alert out there, but I mean, I've been talking about everybody else got some stuff working. I mean, this is just the beginning of what she is called to do. And can I tell you, like, she said last year, okay, I'm supposed to finish my book by December 31st. And when did you finish your book, sis?
Baby, we finished that book by January the 31st. Matter of fact, by January.
No, it was published.
It was published, but we finished that book December the 20 something. 24th.
Don't tell me what
you're gonna do. In 3 days, it was finished. On the 8th day, it was complete. Don't tell me.
Listen.
Okay, and then that goes back to the table. Because let's bag this thing up. We're sitting at the table. Right? We're literally sitting at the table. I had no idea that God had what I needed in you.
In the room.
In the room already.
What Miss Melanie always say, what you need is in the house.
It's in the house.
It's in the house.
And I did not know it. And the only thing I did was I opened my mouth. I spoke my vision. Wow. God said, when you speak it, I can work it.
Oh my God.
And then he worked it.
He worked that thing.
He said, you what? You want a book written? Get at the table. I already got it prepared for you.
We were literally sitting at this very table we're sitting at right now.
I said, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I got a book that I need to be writing. I've been writing this book, and I'm going to get it written. And here go God. What's the hold up? I got you what you need right here. We're going to get that. What? And it happened so fast. It's like, wait, you going to do what? God said, quit playing.
Quit playing.
Quit playing. You ready?
Yes.
Because he said, I can take you above and exceedingly above all that you could ever ask or seek.
This is why you got to get your book. Because this is a labor of love. And listen, I want to read one of my favorite letters out the book. And then I just want you to give us some parting words. We can bring back on our friends and help them, let them give their parting words. But I just want to read my one of my favorite letters. Listen, it says, wait, I want to make sure that this wasn't the one that she read. No, it's not. It says, a letter to a woman ready to heal. This is the one. Dear sister, healing isn't easy, but it's worth it. You don't have to carry the weight of your hurt alone. God is ready to meet you in the middle of your pain and walk you through the process. You are stronger than you think, and God's love for you is greater than your wounds. Take the first step. Ain't that what you said?
Yes.
Take the first step. Name your hurt. This is why she's so real about what she's talking your hurt, give it to him, and trust that he is working all things together for your good. You are not defined by your pain. You are defined by God's love. Love, look for you. Boom. That's all I gotta say. That's all I have to say. Those are my last parting words. I want to bring, before we get our parting words from you, I want to bring Miss Melanie on the stage and Miss Geisha on the stage. If you all have any parting words, that's great. If you don't, that's okay. But we just want to thank you all so much for being here with us today to celebrate this moment, to celebrate our sister. Thank you for your support. If you have any parting words, you can come off mute and we would like for you to share. But if you don't, just wave goodbye to the people and we gonna just really just continue to listen. Y'all gotta watch them. Oh, we got some more comments. Listen, okay. Wait a minute. Miss Donna says, let me give Miss Donna's word first. God is ready to meet you in the middle of your pain. Wow. Name your hurt. Love this woman of God. Listen, love you too. Love you too. Wait. And so for the people who are in the back, listen, we've been getting your chats as well. So Miss Geisha said, all right, now we're about to have church. Praise God. Yes, God did this thing. Yes, he did. So listen, he said, thank you. It was a God connection. It was a God connection. It really, really was. And so listen, we're gonna yield our mic over to Miss Melanie.
Okay. Yes, I just want to close out with these words. I am so proud of Latoya Down. And this is a God connection. And I just want to encourage the women to be encouraged going through your storm because it's a birthing process. And know that God is doing a work in you when you are going through your storm. And I just want to say, I just thank God for being obedient. And when you become obedient, you never know where God's going to take you. And I thank God for this table on today. I have my.
Amen. Look, I echo what you said. And look, we just had church in the room today. We had church in the room today. It is the God connection, and I thank God for the God connection. Latoya and I attend the same church. I ain't never seen Latoya before, and one day at Bible study, I walked up to her and I was like, "Oh, you knew, you know?" And she was like, "No, I've been going here for years." And I was like, "Well, I've never seen you before. Look, I've never seen you before, but for such a time as this." For such a time as this. And, and that's the thing we've got to get out of. And I'm not shy, I talk to people, but we've got to get out of that sometimes, get out of our comfort zone because you never know who God is connecting you with and what he has in store. And I did not know when I met Latoya on that Wednesday night at Bible study that I would be at this table right now, preparing, like she said, when that plate is empty, you fill it back up. It's got to be filled back up. So I just thank God for the God connection. I thank God for the great things that he's doing, what he's going to continue to do in your life. I just bless that woman of God that's sitting right next to you, Miss Tammy Nobles. She is such a jewel. We thank God for her because look, she's the right one. She's the right one, and it is the God connection. So I thank God for everything that He's doing and what He will continue to do. And you said a thing a while ago. The end of something, it's also the beginning of something. You got to go through, and then when you end it, it's a new beginning. And oftentimes when we look at things, we think about the ending part of it and not about the new beginning. But this is just a new beginning. And there are so many stories out there, like you said before. We all have stories that are within us, and we've got to take the mask off. We've got to take these masks off and be the women and men that of God that God has already created us to be. And I love the in the house. One of my friends, she talks about stuff being in the house. It's already in the house. And the house is already what we have inside of us. God has already placed it in the house. So it is in the house. So ooh, look, I told you we had church here. So I'm just praising God for what he's doing and continue blessings to you.
Oh,
Get into place.
she didn't hear you. Sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to say thank you, sis, and love you. And you're right, so right. When you get in the connection, and you just never know what God has for you. He said, just get in position. I got the rest. So, like you say, such a time as this, I'm gonna connect you with the right people.
Yeah.
You know, that's gonna walk. You're gonna be able to turn the right knob to enter through the right door. So, yes, thank you. I love you. I'm glad to be a part of you, because we're all a part of each other.
Yes, we all at the table.
He brought us together not to just be together, but to be a part of each other.
Yes.
So I want to be a part of each and every one of you guys' journey. Mm-hmm. Melanie, you know I love you. And we definitely been connected for years, and just to hear the stories on how you meet people, on how God ordained things, and that it was God when He bring that thing together.
Come on.
When He sits you at the table, you have no idea why He had you sitting there until you start eating.
Correct.
So I just thank God for you guys. I just thank God that He's using me. So I love you, ladies.
So just a few shout outs before we end.
Yes.
You've been drinking some water. Now I'm sitting over here parched because I don't have no pretty cup like you got over here. And I don't know if y'all can see this, but you see her book. You see her book over here, and she's a butterfly girl. And then her ministry is called Releasing the Beauty. It's down here. Listen, it's a customized a customized cup for her book. But listen, if you, my friends, would like to get you a customized cup for your book, for a gift, I have one for my birthday. It's absolutely amazing. It has my name on it. But anyway, sidebar. Listen, we want to give out a shout out to her daughter who does this amazing work. You can order your customized cups and more from Shemet Stanberry Essentials. Listen, that's her phone number there. Go ahead and take a screenshot and get you one. Make sure that you support. You have Mother's Day is coming up. Special birthdays are coming up. Celebrations are coming up. If you want to support Latoya, you can get one with her book on it. Listen, call her. If family reunions, hello to my people out there. Family reunions are coming up, so go ahead and get you a customized cup. And again, my friends, I do want you to take note of our beautiful chokers we have that also doubles as a bracelet. I wish I had my hat right now. You can see my little. I'm a new cowgirl, so she has some amazing hats, so you can be rodeo ready as well. So go ahead and connect with her. You can email Mel's Touch of Dazzle here, my friends, at this address. Go ahead and take your screenshot. Make sure you connect with her as well and get your rodeo gear. Y'all know the rodeo started this weekend. All my friends in Texas. And this is where it makes me uncomfortable. I gotta talk about me. If you are ready to birth a book or launch your gift that God has given you, whether it's your ministry or your business, my friend, I am your success strategist, digital marketing concierge. You can contact me at tammyr.nobles.com. I don't know why it makes me uncomfortable, but it does. But when I tell you, you can't push and make other people get outside their comfort zone and expect God to keep you in yours. That is not how this works. Thank you, Miss Melanie. There is no reason why I should be sitting in silence. All right. Listen, so those are our shout outs, and we just really want to shout you out for this amazing book, my friends. Head on over to Amazon and get you one. If you want to connect with this woman of God, my friends, you can find her at Releasing the Beauty in her book. If you can't find her for what, I'm sorry, on the Facebook. If you can't connect with her for whatever reason, inbox me. But she is Latoya Downs. You can inbox her just as well. So, what are your parting words?
My parting words is simple. And I even wrote a letter, just like I write a letter in the book, and I'm going to read this letter. That's when you make it personal. When you write that letter, I write this letter. And it stated first, sister, I want to speak new beginnings over your life. I encourage you to find your voice through your pain. It's okay to start over. You have everything that you need within. I encourage you to choose you, to surrender to God and to listen to God. You hear his voice more clearer when you're going through your healing. So when you are healing, you will no longer accept the things that was masking your pain. So in every new beginning, there is a ending. You have to end the hurt of your past, your disappointment, the shame, the fear, the feelings of less than. I learned that it was impossible to start over until I released all the pain. There's something about releasing. When you release, it's a different freedom. It's a different feeling. It's a different emotion. So all of that is connected to releasing your past. Your past has no hold on you. You are only holding on to your past. Release your past. Bring down the stronghold so you can walk in your truth. You can write your truth and you can be your truth. So when you look at yourself each and every day in the mirror, you see a little piece of yourself coming back, right? So you see yourself as I'm identifying the hurt. I'm identifying where I was lost. I am identifying that, hey, I need to pull this off. So when you see yourself, your light shines. So make sure that you're seeing your reflection. Just keep going. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what they say or what the world say or what's going on around you. Keep your head up. You keep pressing forward. When you press towards the mark, I promise you, your joy is gonna come. Your joy is within you. You just have to see it. Put on some more glasses so you can see the happiness and the true you. So release it all so you can become it all. Whew.
Listen. Listen. Woo! I told y'all she had something else coming. I'm not a tea spoiler, but I do spoil tea. Listen, so thank you so much for sharing time and space with us. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, your book, and for just really saying yes to what God is birthing inside of you. I don't know about y'all, but I can't wait to see what's next for this young lady. So stay tuned. Follow her. She is Latoya Downs. You can find her in her group Releasing the Beauty. She's also a wellness coach. Follow her out here in these social media streets and head on over to Amazon and get your book. So until next time, my friends, stay resilient, be amazing, and continue to build from the unknown. Till next time, be blessed, y'all. Have a great and amazing day. Bye now.
Bye.